Hi, I'm Healthy Mummy, and this is everything I eat in a day.
Hello my honeys, it's Emmie. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I'm Healthy Emmie and this is Healthy Mummy. Almost 2 years ago, Healthy Mummy embarked on my Slim on Starch program and we documented the whole journey through the Healthy Mummy series, and now she has successfully, for the past almost 2 years, kept off the menopause weight gain, cholesterol is down, and today we're going to be sharing with you everything that she eats to maintain the success that she got through our work together. So let's get into it. By the way, if you want to work with me and my team, you can go to healthyemmie.org and you can go through exactly what Healthy Mummy went through.
So this is my classic quick oats breakfast that I have every morning. It starts with a combination of quick oats that I've mixed with flax meal and cinnamon. No measurements, just to sight. It's really so simple. Just 1 cupful of the quick oats mix, and then I add to that 1 cup of tap water. And I just leave it to sit. If I'm doing yoga in the morning, I prepare it, do my yoga, come down and it's ready. And if I'm doing it for work, I just pack it up in a little to-go container. I'm going to swap it out with one that I've already made. That's been sitting for perhaps 30 minutes. To this I add in some chia seeds. And then just some shredded carrots. And my final step is just frozen blueberries, and I just microwave those for a minute. So here are the blueberries straight from the microwave. I just add those, and that's my morning quick oats.
So we're gonna do some between a meal Q&A. I asked on my Instagram story for questions for Healthy Mummy. You ready? I'm putting you on the spot.
I know.
Does Healthy Mummy exercise?
That's an easy question to start. Good. Yes, I do. I do yoga every morning after my meditation, and then I walk 3 miles.
It's a brisk 3 miles too. You know, I've gone on the walks with her. She also, her legs are like that long, double the size of mine. But it's a brisk walk, but nothing crazy, no insane exercises. No. You really enjoy your daily movement.
Yeah, I do. It's really very calming for me, and I feel great after, and I don't feel like I have to prove anything.
And your commitment is quite impressive to it. Mm-hmm. You know, we live in the Boston area where the weather
a little unpredictable.
You caught us on a good day, but if it's not June, July, then it's rough out there. But you stay committed. She has snowshoes. Mm-hmm. You are out there no matter what.
Right, and that's, I think, the most important thing is that it becomes part of your day.
This is a sweet one. Okay. It's unrelated to your health journey, but it's what's your favorite thing about one another? I can go for you first so that you can wait to think.
Okay.
I know it's not difficult to
think
of
it isn't.
something,
No.
But my favorite thing about you is how selfless you are. I have never experienced anything like the selflessness that you have.
Oh,
you
thanks.
Always put everybody's needs in front of yours.
Well, thanks.
Now you can only choose one of your favorite things about me.
Well, I'm just going to go with the first thing that popped in my head. That's always usually the best route, and that is that Emily was the greatest gift I think that we ever got. You know, we had 2 boys, and then we got Emily, which was such a great surprise, and she's just been a joy and every love.
Oh, that was so kind. I completely agree.
The process begins with a wild rice mix. I used this one yesterday. 1 cup rice mix with 2 cups water. I boil it for about 5-10 minutes until it comes to a boil, actually. And if it doesn't make a full cup, I just sprinkle in some quinoa to top it off. After the rice is boiling, I just add in a cup of whichever is my current favorite of Dr. McDougall's. I pour this in, and then I pour in 1 box of water and bring the pot back to a boil. Before I add these ingredients, I do add my favorite seasonings of choice, which is always garlic powder, onion powder, crushed red pepper flakes, and a little salt and pepper to taste. And then, when the pot is boiling, I'll just add some fire roasted corn, some chopped spinach, and some mixed mushrooms, straight from the freezer. Return the pot to a boil and then reduce to simmer for about 20 minutes. It'll thicken up nicely. You'll know that it's done. Most importantly, of course, is that the rice is cooked thoroughly. And then it's good to go. I eat it with a little dollop of Good Neighbor oil-free hummus and maybe some nutritional yeast sprinkled on top, and it is delicious. And this is my doctored up Dr. McDougall soup. I made a batch yesterday, had a bowl for lunch, and this will leave me 2 lunches that I can have for work.
Healthy Mummy, how do you manage not eating just because you're bored?
It's funny, again, I'll tell you the first thing that pops in my mind is that I don't experience that anymore. I think I'm so well satiated and full that doesn't happen. I find that I will start to eat bad things. We've talked about this before. If I'm in a situation where I'm a little nervous or uncomfortable, that's when I'll start to pick at things because I don't know what to do with myself. So that's part of a journey that I'm working on. But I think in the boredom and not eating things that you should not be eating is number one, not to have it in the house at all.
You know, and with what you said to the picking things when I'm in situations, I always look at what the cost of that is. So we look at the end game here. Your weight is fantastic. So long as your numbers look okay, it looks like that you doing that isn't doing any damage.
Right. It's not doesn't happen all the time.
Right.
Yeah.
If you were obese or if you had high cholesterol, if there was something else going on and you were doing that, then that's something we would want to focus on. But if it's not causing any harm, the awareness that you have of it is great.
Right.
But if it's not causing any harm, then it's fine by me.
And I would say also perhaps force yourself to break the boredom. Go do something else. Get yourself outside or just make yourself break the boredom pattern.
Yeah, we often ask clients who at the end of the day they want something sweet. Kiki, the head mindset coach, she'll say, do you need dessert or do you need dopamine? And it's usually you're going for that feel-good feeling and it's not the actual food that you need. It's not what you're eating, it's what's eating you. What do I really need right now?
Kiki.
Now we're going to fast forward to supper and then we'll have 2 more questions after that.
Well, it's still morning here in Boston. We're not ready for supper yet, but Healthy Dad is on it, as you might imagine. These are his famous veggie burgers recipe, which you can find in his cookbook. And this is the bread that I use. Emmie's going to jump in and talk about the bread for a second.
All right, so I'm taking over because Healthy Mummy, if you have watched her entire journey, got to the point where she did not have to lose any more weight, so we moved her into the weight maintenance category. Before she was in weight maintenance, she would have this meal without the bread, but once I put her into weight maintenance, I had her reincorporate this back in. And this is the bread that we're using. This is a bread that we have available in the Boston area. It's called Neshoba Brook Bakery. Don't be alarmed if you don't have it in your area, because let me show you why I chose this bread. When you're looking for a good bread, you want to go to the ingredients list. Don't pay attention to the nutrition facts. Those are not useful. The ingredients list is the most important thing. And really, breads should just be made from flour, water, yeast, and salt. And this is pretty much that. There's no oil added. There's nothing crazy added to here. And I also like how their flour is unbleached and unbromated, which means that it's not going to be too refined of a grain that will spike your blood sugar too much, and that the fiber is still pretty intact. What's great about this bread as well is that it can be frozen. So Healthy Mummy will buy some loaves and put them in the freezer. And in particular, this is the rosemary garlic, which she very much enjoys.
Before Healthy Dad goes off and does his morning golf and swimming, he chopped up some delicious sweet potato fries that he will cook later in the air fryer, again in his cookbook, and they are outstanding.
Healthy Mummy, does your eating change at all during the summer?
I would say yes, perhaps, in that I do have a garden, so a lot more lettuces and tomatoes and things like that, more fresh vegetables. I think, crave fruit more in the summer. So yeah, probably. We live in such a seasonal environment that it's really something you wait for all year.
She's been growing her asparagus for for years.
Yeah, that's right. So it's ready now. Those plants are ready. So I have asparagus.
All for one spear.
No.
What are some of your biggest life lessons?
We could do a whole video on that. I would say to my biggest life lesson to date is to not be ruled by your mind, because your mind is always in the past or the future. So don't be so hard on yourself. Lead by your intuition. And the golden rule, just do unto others as you'd have them do unto you.
That's what I was going to guess that you were going to say, to stay present.
Yeah, try and stay present.
In the moment.
Yeah.
Let's wrap. If you want more Healthy Mommy videos, which I already know everybody does. All right, I love you, honey, so I'll see you in my next video.